It's story time!
It's story time.
Shy Tales Studios.
In a small, busy town filled with noise, ambition, and endless distractions, lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel was like many others, full of dreams. But unlike most people, his dreams felt real. He didn't just wish for success, he could see it. He imagined building something meaningful, something that would change his life and maybe even inspire others. One night, sitting alone in his room, staring at the ceiling, Daniel whispered to himself, "This is it. I'm going to change my life." And for the first time in a long time, he believed it. The next morning, everything felt different. Daniel woke up early. His mind was clear. His heart was on fire. He grabbed his phone, and without thinking twice, he posted, "Big things coming soon. I'm working on something that will change my life." Within minutes, the notifications started pouring in. "Proud of you. You've got this. Can't wait to see it." Daniel smiled. It felt good. Really good. Later that day, he met up with his friends. They sat around, laughing, talking, and then Daniel brought it up. "I'm starting something big," he said confidently. "A project, something serious this time." His friends leaned in. "What is it? Tell us." And so he told them everything. The idea, the plan, the vision. They were impressed. "Wow, Daniel, that's amazing. You're going to make it, bro. This is your moment." Again, that feeling came back. That warm, satisfying feeling. As if he had already accomplished something. But then, the next morning came. His alarm rang early, just like he planned. But this time, he hit snooze. "Just 5 more minutes," he said. 5 minutes turned into an hour. And just like that, the day slipped away. The same thing happened the next day, and the day after that. The excitement, the urgency, the fire he once felt. It was fading, slowly, quietly, almost unnoticed. A week passed, then 2. Daniel hadn't made any real progress. But strangely, he didn't feel completely bad. Because every time he saw someone, they would ask, "How's your project going?" And he would reply, "It's coming along." They would nod, encourage him, praise him. And once again, he felt that small reward, that false sense of progress. One evening, as he sat alone again, something felt off. He looked around his room. Nothing had changed. The same walls, the same routine, the same life. But the dream he once felt so strongly was now distant, almost like it belonged to someone else. Frustrated, Daniel grabbed his jacket and went for a walk. The streets were quiet that night. Cool air brushed against his face as he walked with no destination in mind. Eventually, he found himself standing in front of an old workshop. It was a place he had seen many times before, but never paid attention to. Inside, a dim light was still on. Curious, Daniel stepped closer. Through the window, he saw an elderly man working. Slowly, carefully, silently. The man was carving something out of wood. Each movement was precise, focused, almost peaceful. Daniel watched for a moment, then knocked. The old man looked up and opened the door. "Can I help you?" he asked gently. Daniel hesitated. I was just curious. What are you making?" The old man smiled. "Something you won't understand by looking at it halfway." Daniel stepped inside. The workshop was filled with unfinished pieces. Some looked broken, some looked beautiful, Some were impossible to recognize. "How long have you been working on this?" Daniel asked. The old man shrugged. "Long enough." They stood in silence for a moment. Then Daniel spoke again. "I had a dream once," he said quietly. The old man didn't interrupt. "I told everyone about it, and for a while it felt like I was already succeeding." He paused. "But now, I've done nothing." The old man nodded slowly, as if he had heard this story many times before. "Tell me," he said, "why did you feel good when you told people?" Daniel thought for a moment. "Because they believed in me." The old man shook his head gently. "No. It's because you believed you had already done something." The old man picked up a piece of wood and handed it to him. "This," he said, "is your dream." Then he pointed to the unfinished carvings around the room. "And these are what dreams look like in the middle of becoming real." He leaned closer and said, "Most people make a mistake. They show the world their raw piece of wood and expect applause." Daniel stayed silent. "But applause," the old man continued, "is meant for the finished work, not the beginning." The words hit differently, deep, uncomfortable, true. "Every time you spoke about your dream," the old man said, "you rewarded yourself without doing the work." Daniel looked down, and slowly, your hunger disappeared. A long silence filled the room. Then Daniel asked, "So what should I do now?" The old man smiled again, this time wiser. "Start again. But this time," he added, "say nothing." The next morning, Daniel woke up early. No post, no announcement, no explanation, just action. He worked, quietly, consistently. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months. There were moments of doubt, moments of struggle, moments where he wanted to tell someone, anyone, but he didn't. And something strange began to happen. The less he spoke, the more he did. The more he did, the more confident he became. Not from praise, but from progress. One day, months later, Daniel returned to the same group of friends. They laughed, talked, just like before. Then one of them asked, "So, whatever happened to that big project you were working on?" Daniel smiled, this time differently. "Come and see," he said. When they saw what he had built, they were speechless. Not because he talked about it, but because he had done it. And in that moment, Daniel understood something he would never forget. Some dreams don't fail because they're impossible. They fail because they are spoken too soon. Protect your vision, work in silence, and when the time is right, let your success speak for you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the story, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting stories like this.